5. Press the button, actually.
What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, I saw that. You flipped me the
1.
A big hello to you. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jenny Kirk.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Right, go on, push off.
I like to gronk it. I like to gronk it.
Look at you demolishing things. Look, stop messing about.
Gronk it up, baby.
Right. Anyway, welcome to the
Apparently we are live. Yes.
That's okay. Well, if you put the chat up, all that.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, that's nice. So we got Sarah Davis, Flymer Chairman 1, Ruben Ashwell, Ham Shackleton, Robert Becking, Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, Valleys 56XX, Wamgok, Patrick Ling, Worthington Model Railway, Hot Dog Pilot 63, who says the sound is off. Is the sound off? No, it's not off.
No, it's not.
No, the sound is on.
If the sound is off, press your
Richard,
mute button.
whoa. I'm just reading the comments. Says we are off. Are we off? Can people hear me? Hello, can you hear me, mother?
I'm going to grab your phone.
Yeah,
everything on our side seems to be there.
Yeah, somebody tell me. Can you hear me, people?
Father, can you hear me?
Oh, you got an advert, did you?
I always get an advert.
Somebody just type in the chat if you can hear me. Sound is good, Robert Becking. Thank you. Hey, right. So we've got Iron Horse Railway, aka Craig. Semi-regular visitor to the loft. How many times have you been here now?
More times than I care to remember.
Is this 3 or 4? I've lost count as well.
5.
Did someone say the sound was late?
A late?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You walked into that one.
So, anyway, look, thank you very much, people. It's great to see you. Oh, sorry, I've turned into a bit of bully, a bit of daytime TV. Hello, did you enjoy yourself?
Here's what you could have won.
Yeah. Oh. Do you want to gamble for tonight's star prize of some patio furniture? Oh, you live in Tamworth. Tonight's star prize is a speedboat.
So you landlocked have a speedboat. There you go, lovely.
Right, so we also got Alan Pollock, Francis Wadsworth, Tony Wright, Ian O'Brien, H. Walker Steam and Heritage Rail Vids, DJK 666, David, It's My Model Railway Noob, George Botterini. A big hello to you. Not seen you for a while. Great to have you back in. Ruben Ashwell, Richard Swiderski, Brian Bell, Mike at Pudham Junction, Ollie's Trains Gaming, Flymer Chairman 1, Valleys 56XX, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath says, great, smashing, super. Mark Wilson goes, no, not having it. You can't be late at the beginning. So Warble Production says, I grew up in Tamworth. It's not that bad a place. I bet it's littered with speedboats from the days of Bullseye.
Abandoned and covered under tarps.
Yeah, abandoned speedboats. But Alan Pollock. Ready, this is Craig, Iron Horse Railways, regular in the chat, semi-regular as a guest. It's just good to have a guest.
It's good to have a guest. Good
So-
to be a guest.
And you have been surprising the Facebook group in the fact that you have abandoned classic diesels and you're going fully modern
Yes.
image all the time.
Heresy, as I'm sure some might know.
Apparently I'm in the chat as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's a very, very vast hobby in what you can do.
Yeah.
And, okay, yes, I am... partly the reason why I've decided to go modern image is because I like the stock, obviously, and the locos, but I also don't like having spare money. Modern image stock is quite a bit more expensive than the older stuff tends to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of really expensive but very nice stuff coming on the market.
Exactly, there's some really nice stuff coming on.
Was it you that I saw who bought some OTA timber wagons recently?
It was me, yes, the bright blue ones. I'm going to wear them, actually.
Well, honestly, if you'd have got to me about 5 years ago, I had a load of those and I sold them on. But let's have a look. So George Botterini incredibly generously donated $9.99. Thank you so much for your generosity. And of course, we are going to be putting all of the super chats, the PayPal.me's, the Patreon money, all that kind of goodness, we're putting towards more train porn. It's brilliant. And I spend far too much, it has to be said. I was hitting Zoe with the box of one of my latest. Oh no, that's the wrong. I can't show you that.
That's a bit late. You were hitting her with it before.
I was hitting her with the wrong one. So this is one of the ones that we got using the money that very generous people have been giving to the channel. So that is going to feature in a review. I'm just waiting for the DCC decoders to get here. So watch this space. I do have another one as well actually down here, but I can't show you it because there's a problem with the model. So it's got to go back to the manufacturer. And
problem would be an understatement, really, wouldn't it? Let's face it. As far as problems go, anyway.
Yeah. Basically, it's been popping decoders. But thank you ever so much to Francis Wadsworth for your very generous donation, £2 on the super chat. Thank you so much. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Jenny, does a Hornby motor fit into a Tyco engine? I'm not entirely sure. Warbler Productions, again, thank you ever so much for your generosity on the super chat. Thank you so much. £4.49, very generous of you. And said, which Deltics are running tonight?
Two.
Right. Well, we've got, I think it's King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry, which is 55002. Now, there's a bit of a story behind this, and I feel a little bit guilty because Rails put out a post that they had some unsold of their special commission, which was 55002 in the two-tone green livery, which I absolutely adore that livery.
It is nice.
And it was at the proper RRP, £160. And basically, I know exactly what they are. It's not that they've lost stuff in their stock room, but when people pre-order stuff, you basically get a period of grace to pay for it when it arrives. And if you don't pay for it, eventually it goes back on sale, which is why something that was sold out can suddenly be available briefly. Now, they were available for about 20 minutes before they sold out again, but I felt really guilty because I went and bought one before I shared the post. Yeah, you were jealous at that. You were like...
Jealous is not the word.
Because you haven't even got one, I got two.
No.
The other one that's going round is Tops Blue 55011. I can't actually remember which one that
It
is.
sounds really good. It does sound amazing.
Yeah, I was
beautiful. It
playing
does
for
sound
Craig
really
the
nice.
sound file. Really good. But anyway, what's in the news? Well, the big thing has been some of the Hellion announcements. So we saw at the DEMU, apparently really great show. And the Class 104, they finally showed off the engineering samples of the Class 104 in its 2-cart and 3-cart guys. Looks really good, actually. Really looking forward to that. Oh my word, Ian Parker very generously has joined for 3 months the Jenny Kirk membership as Cambridgeshire Miniature Wunderland. I always pronounce it as the German Wonderland.com.
Wonderland.
So it's Ian Parker. Thank you so much for becoming one of the Jenny Kirk membership crew. And that does, of course, give you early access, advert-free, to the Friday video and a whole host of additional icons to use in the chat. Wamgok says Class 45 on order. Of course, yes, they also showed the livery samples of the all-new Class 45s. And also the 10800, which is one of these weird, obscure prototype diesels that they're doing. So a lot of stuff out. And then, of course, Bachmann really blew people away, caught a blindside with the all-new, super detailed deluxe Class 37. And this is following on from the Class 47 that they did to the similar style. So there's actually 3 different levels. You can get the basic DCC ready, then you can get the sound fitted, and then you can also get the sound fitted deluxe, which has the working fan motor and everything. Big thank you to Barry Johnson, very generously donated £4.49 on the super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. Tim's Trains, Model Railways and Different Video says, is that a Class 40, the green one? No, the green diesel going round is actually a Class 55. A Warbler Production suggests we need some Deltic emoticons as well as some narrow gauge locos.
That's not a bad idea, is it?
You can't really see it, they're quite small. But
My emoticon's changed colour, it's gone yellow now. I mean,
on what? On here?
It's gone yellow, yeah. If I say
It's gone yellow, it's gone a bit jaundiced.
Yeah, look, it's got next to mine. It used to be a different colour, but mine's yellow now. It used to be green.
Oh,
I
right.
think that it changes colour depending how long you've been
Oh, right.
subscribed. I think it does.
I don't know how it works. So yes, Stevie Phil, absolutely Bachmann full on head to head with the Curascale. Now, where are you on this? Because I know the 37 is something that you're quite lucky. You managed to grab on pre-order at 37. What was that metal? Oh, where'd you get that from?
A subscriber of mine was very generous to send me it. And he sent me with a Class 66 as well, but just this
That's
nice
a nice badge.
I don't know where he got it from, but I've got the English Electric thing
English
on top
Electric.
of it as well. And I don't know if you can see
That
it,
is nice actually.
It's just a little metal pin badge, but
You
it's
just
lovely.
obscured. If you have a look on there, you can see whether you. There you are. It's kind of. If you have a look through the gap, have a look at his nipple.
Look at my nipple gap. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
But I do like the 37s. And
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people have been pointing out it's sort of like the elephant in the room. It sits there at the back going, "Oh, it's awfully small, this room." But the elephant in the room is the price. Now the Acura scale one. What was the pre-order price?
On the pre-order price for mine, DCC sound fitted with the Stay Alive fitted to it. 260 quid, I think it was, something like that, including delivery.
So it's cheaper than the than what the Bachmann ones
And
are.
let's face it, in reality, it's not like it's going to be insufficiently. That sounds very strange. Ah, there you go. It's the little yellow devil there.
Oh, is it? Is it?
The rat.
Right. Anyway, you talk to the nice people.
Yeah, it's not as though the Acura scale unit is going to be insufficiently detailed, is it, when you consider the price of it? And if you look at the other examples we've seen from Acura scale and
Oh yeah, I mean the
Irish
55s.
real models, the detail and the quality, especially on the Deltics, as some of you will well
Oh,
know.
the Deltics are amazing. They blow the
If
Bachmann
these
ones out.
are
of the
any
water.
indication of what awaits us, 260 quid for what you're getting is a bloody bargain. And it's a lot of money, yes, it is, of course it is, but when you look comparatively at what you're getting from Acura scale versus Hornby, Bachmann, Ford, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
So I would firmly say I'm in camp Acura scale. I personally don't think any locomotive that's on double low gauge is worth 350 quid. I don't care how detailed it is.
I mean, Ian White says, I looked at the Bachmann 37 on Saturday. Looks good, but I've not seen the Acura scale ones yet. All I can really go off is I've reviewed the Irish Rail A-Class, and I've also obviously got 2 of the Bachmann Class 55s. And I'll be honest with you, that they really are out of this world. They are a step change in the quality of model. So I've got every faith that the 37 is going to be something really special. Warbler Production says, I've only paid $250 for my Class 37s. But
The one I got was a special edition one.
oh, so you've
So
basically
it's a
you've
bit
got
more,
a full
yeah.
RRP
Yeah.
because I know there are with the Class 55 was you could only get it from the National Railway Museum, Rails of Sheffield, and Acura Scale Direct. It was kind of a special thing. So the Acura Scale dealers didn't get them, so you couldn't buy them through the network of dealers.
Absolutely.
But the 37 you can, which does mean that their discounting comes into play.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward actually to. I think they did say, is it the 37s are on the boat, as are the 92s.
October, I think they said the ETA around about October. That's what
Or
my pre-order
I
said.
might be thinking of the Manners. It could be the Manor and the 92 is on the boat. They did tell me, and I've instantly forgotten this information. Valley's 56XX says, I've got my childhood Hornby 37 and that'll do for me. Tony Wright says, Bachmann 37 does not have stay alives, the Acura scale has. And actually, I would say that the stay alives, I know some people say, oh, if your track's laid properly, you don't need a stay alive. But the reality is that
that rat,
rat is not a happy
Doesn't like it.
ratty. But the reality is that stay alives do make quite a difference. Dongate's Model Railway, don't quote me on that. They did tell me there was 2 different models that were kind of jockeying for which was going to come next. It might not have been the 92. Don't quote me on that, otherwise I'll get into trouble from Patrick and Fran. They did tell me that I think it may be the Manor is one of them.
Warber Productions, when I placed my pre-order, it said pre-order now for delivery in October 2022. So
that makes sense.
I'm not sure what's going on with that. December, whatever. I don't know. But...
Yeah, so I think I'm wrong. Basically, I don't know what I'm talking about. But what else have you noticed in the news? Because I normally... Is somebody knocking on the door? Oh, well, we've got a covered monkey down there.
One thing I have noticed, and it's not really good news, but there is a certain theme cropping up at the minute with people experiencing the dreaded track buckling monster.
Yeah, the heat.
It's visited everyone, including myself, and it's been terrible.
Oh, have you had...
Thankfully, I mean, there was one of the model clubs posted on one of the Facebook groups, and their test track is a big thing. At their clubhouses, but it's in the loft, and the entire thing is completely buckled, and it's knackered.
And when it cools down, does it not go back into shape?
No, it stays bent, doesn't it?
Does it? All right. Because surely the metal shrinks again. Or is it
once it's bent, it's forced its way out, it's pinged, it can't...
Yeah, so basically...
This was properly knackered. So what's happened with mine is, on their layout, there was no scenics, but mine, on the bend the house come up, it's ripped up the ballast, it's ripped up the grass,
really?
half the field.
So, I mean, it is like quite a big deal. I know a lot of people asking how the heat is. It is so much cooler. We couldn't have done this up here last week. We've got the X-Tractor fan up there. Used to be into Massey Ferguson, but he's given all that up. Oh, gotta love an X-Tractor fan. But yeah, so that's helping a little bit up here. But it is still warm, but it's not too bad. And actually, Weir Yard has fared quite well. The reason for this is probably twofold. We do have expansion gaps in the track. It is really...
Penfold's brother.
Yes.
You just crop up like Oscar the Grouch, don't you? So offer insightful comments and then back down you go.
Yeah.
Would you like a drink, anyone?
I'm very fine, thank you very much.
You can bring the Coke up. Do we have any cans of anything?
I'll go and get some if you want some.
Do you want something, some light refreshment? You don't have to dehydrate enough.
If light refreshment is an offer, then I will partake.
What light refreshment would you like? Come on, you have to
whatever's
be
easiest to hand. Sorry.
It'd be Diet Coke, wouldn't it?
Pepsi. Blue Pepsi.
Blue Pepsi.
Oof.
Proper Pepsi.
Oh,
goodness.
Get him a 6-pack all to himself. I'm not drinking that mug.
I'll be back.
I did see as well something that took me interesting news is the Studio Canal things. I didn't know that they were the producers of the Doctor Who TV films. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was the films, obviously not the TV series. The TV series of the BBC, but the Peter Cushing
specials. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the kind of the cash-in films.
I enjoyed them. I loved them as a lad. They were brilliant.
Do you want to know a little bit of film factoid history? The Dalek invasion of Earth was filmed on the same backlot sets that one of the St. Trinian's films was filmed on. So the Dalek invasion of Earth, you can actually spot all of the sets redressed that were in one of the St. Trinian's films. There they are. Gordon Aitken, thank you so much for your generosity. Who's very, very kindly donated £5 on the super chat for the beer fund. Is that Princess Mary Louise running tonight? Also, it is actually, yes, sound fitted. I am a big fan of the TTS, the Hornby TTS sound decoders. I know that Hornby does come in for a lot of stick, but one of the great products that they do is the budget sound decoders. And have you tried the Class 20 ones? I
used to have a Bachmann Class 20, and I'd fitted a TTS sound chip to the Bachmann Class 20. Now there is a bit of a warning / urban legend going around that the Batman locos don't like the TTS chips, but I never had any issues with
You
it.
have to change a couple of the
Oh,
CVs.
well, I've got a JMRI, so
Yeah.
I just literally moved from algorithm 1 to algorithm 2, and it ran absolutely fine. And I had it going as a crawl.
Yeah, it's something to do with the back
Yeah.
EMF
Yeah.
that you have to change. I think it's 2 different CV settings.
I will point out though, the Batman Class 20 I had was an early one, and it was only an 8-pin. It wasn't a 21-pin. So I didn't have to use a converter or anything like that.
Yeah, if you and I've only ever done the later 21-pin ones. I'd argue is easier because I'm good at soldering, and what you have to do is the 21-pin to 8-pin adapter, but you've actually got to saw the 8-pin thing off very carefully, and it leaves you with the 8 little solder blobs, and you solder the wires direct to that. Otherwise, the vertical height is too great, and you can't get the body back on.
That makes sense, absolutely.
So Model Railway Fantasia says, doing my resin pour on Wednesday. Now, you like the resin pour.
It looks very nice.
We can't give away too many details, but the resin pour
Looks lovely.
on a build that you guys will see later on.
Thing is, it actually looked like water. I thought you put actual. I'm going.
You know, the camera guy actually, the camera guy thought it was amazing when Les and I did that, and because he's like, wow, and it was like, you know, when it's like, don't want to.
Don't poke it, please. Don't poke it.
And I just went like, like that on it.
So what resin is that you used?
That was the War World Scenics Deep Pour
They
Resin.
do some good stuff. Though.
They do, and actually I found it quite good. In terms of setting time, it sets quicker than I've used the Deluxe Materials stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which again, the Deluxe Materials, I've used it up here on Weir Yard, and it does work really well, but you do need a lot longer for it to set, which, you know, if you're doing a lot of work and you don't want to feel rushed, that can be a good thing.
Absolutely.
Although with the War World Scenics, we're not talking like it's just like, oh look, it's gone solid in the cup. It does still take quite a few.
Yeah, you have to just let it cure, haven't you? Tell you what Deluxe Materials do make is this thing called track ballast magic thing. And it's like a dry powder, and you mix it with the ballast.
I didn't like it.
Really?
Did not like that one little bit.
I absolutely hate ballasting.
Right. What I would say,
pre-mix it and just spray it. And it's
Deluxe Materials do also do another one. It's like, I think it's called Ballast Bond, and it's liquid, but it is so easy to use. Now, it is an expensive way of doing your glue, but it doesn't wash the ballast.
I don't mind paying if it works.
Deluxe Materials Ballast Bond, and it's the ready mix. It's like a little thing, and it's like liquid. But it that I found really good. War World Scenics also do one which takes a bit longer to dry, but again, that's pre-mixed, and you come in like a squeezy bottle. The only thing to watch out for with that is that when you open up the top of the bottle, don't make the hole too big, otherwise it just floods out. That's the only thing I say. The Deluxe Materials Ballast Bond has one of these tiny flexible tubes, and that makes it so easy.
It's quite interesting because the only reason I even considered using the Ballast Magic stuff was because when I came back to the hobby, I couldn't leave my layout on display, and each night I had to fold the board away, and I needed the ballast to set quickly, and it set within 10 minutes. So I could just put it back up.
Yeah.
So for that, it's great. But
well, I mean, this that I've been building here, I have shared a few bits and pieces. Whoops. Not everything's stuck on. But there we go. As you can see, that ballast is well away on there. As is everything else, to be honest. That's great, that is. And that is the trusty PVA and water method with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol.
So that's the Woodland Scenic, not Woodland Scenics.
That is Woodland Scenics, fine cinders.
Yeah.
And then with the 50-50 mix, and in the heat that we've been having, actually, it was dry in a couple of hours. Yeah, don't rub the paint off. It's been painted.
I'm not rubbing the tracks buckle.
No, it's 2 pieces. It's 2 scrap pieces of track.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you can't get the staff, can you? Oh, you know, that is glue.
I'm just there poking.
The thing is,
that is lovely.
When I turned it upside down, that is the West Hill Wagon Works.
That is beautiful. That is really
Now,
nice.
you will see in the review, hopefully it'll come out this Friday when this is all finished.
Pardon me, I'm not being crude. I'm just going to reach down here and pull something that I've seen that interests me.
Yeah, the West Hill Wagon Works, the Class 47 engine and generator set incredible.
It's that rat again, I'm telling you.
It is actually, yeah. It's. I'm going to stop that rat because it's being a bit ratty. But that and the Class 52 bogie, although they were sharing pictures.
They've even got the detail on the mesh, and you can even see the rivets on the various panels that are on there. It's really good. I don't know if you can.
And it is absolutely incredible. I have to say, they're some of the best 3D printed items that I've seen. So the Class 47 Prime Mover, the Class 52 bogies as well. But they do, like the Scrap 25 cabs are really good if you want to have a little bit of a scrapyard scene.
Yeah.
Right, when that gets up here, I'm gonna. Which one is that? I'm gonna swap that with.
Put the 45 on.
Yeah, but it's not got shuttle. That's the shuttle.
Of course it is.
Hey. Good day to you, Mel's. Great to see you. So Ben Tullett says, I like the ballast bomb better than the other one, the ballast magic. I still have a few sections left to ballast. I need to do some future areas like yards and gravel driveways. H Walker and Heritage Steam and Heritage Railway says, can I spot a spammy canny? Yes, you can. This here is East Asiatic line in rail blue. Funnily enough, there's two of those in here because I've got Les's as well. I sound fitted Les's.
Another one. There we are.
So what I'm going to do is that for some reason this is not having a happy chappy time over there.
It's not the thingies again, is it?
It's just
the standing pipes.
No,
that looks quite close to me. That one.
It's not that one, but it's for some reason it's not liking that track. So what I'm going to do is, like, you talk to the nice people, because I'm literally going to just swap it with.
She's now fiddling with her.
Oh man!
Oh, it's all going wrong, Joe.
It's all gone a bit. Pete,
see, if you had magnetic couplings, you wouldn't have that problem. And all this come across, and you'd be oh dear me. Now they're running together, can't they? So what we've got going on in the comments then, what we're saying, 3D printing, a Furness Railway copper knob. And for once I approve of his video. Who's that?
Oh, that's got to be James Pets. James Pets.
No, Leslie Gilpin said that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
James Pets, you've got a rival there. You've got somebody who's got your stock turn of phrase.
I think there's a copyright issue somewhere there, isn't there? Surely.
What, with copper knob?
No. No, I meant the phrasing. I approve of, etc., etc.
Hey, be careful, because James is a barrister.
Well,
so if anybody knows,
well, absolutely no. You got it going again. Something I did see which interested me, even though it's not quite my cup of tea. The Rapido Trains Facebook page posted a video of the sound files.
Oh, for the
Titfield Thunderbolt, and it's brilliant.
Did you know? When I did the last Rails Open Day, they actually had it there, and that's where the grand revealing was. So I got a video of this.
I didn't see it.
It's got little snippets from the film as well.
I did say to him, I said, "Are you sure you've not just sort of stood in front of the film and recorded it?"
Oh, I bet that didn't go down well.
They've not replied. I got a few laugh reactions, but that was it. But I thought that's quite a clever thing to do. If you've got something which, let's face it, it is novel, isn't it?
Well, can I just say,
it's a novel bit of kit, and if you're going to do that, make the most of it, and why not have something that's a bit of fun in there?
Well,
you know what I mean?
If I bring up the Deltic.
Oh, you bring up the Deltic again? Yes, please do.
I love that.
That's not the Flying Scotsman. I'm all right, Mark. How have you been, mate? Model of the Fantasia. Are you well, lad? You're best with your sound files again, aren't you?
I'm trying to find the other one. That's the Acura Scale Deltic. Well, we've had this on US outline stuff for a long time because my MTH Ulco FA unit has station announcements from Chicago or somewhere, and I thought it was a great idea. And when Acura Scale did it with that, it's like, this is great. And I think you can set it in CVs to pick which stations the announcements for. That's just the defaults.
Yeah.
But really do love that.
There's a lot of things that the American train market's got right that we haven't yet adapted yet. For example, something as simple as they've all got an accepted standard for coupling heights and the type of couplings they use.
Mm-hmm.
And still now you're having issues with, even though they're all tension lock couplings, they're different lengths and slightly different heights, and that can cause all manner of problems if you want to do anything other than just pulling a train.
Big hello to, I just seen in the comments there, Skipsy Trains, great to see you. It says, I'm COVID-tastic, I'm so sorry. Hope you do get well soon. We've also got John JMC, how are you doing? Did miss you actually I did the 5-inch gauge event at Gilling. Filmed that's coming out on Wednesday. It wasn't supposed to come out on Wednesday this week, but I've been let down by the model which I'm not naming. It's okay, it's being handled, but I basically got a quality control dud. So unfortunately there's a review that's 2/3 filmed, and I can't film the running because it popped the decoder and then it popped another decoder. And on testing, it's got some kind of wiring fault.
Can't find a third decoder to sacrifice it, can you?
I'm not putting a third decoder in. And for this, there was 2 other decoders that actually had like a cutout and protected themselves. Now, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says TARDIS next to the high level line. Oh, it's been spotted. You thought they'd never get that, didn't you? You thought you were being clever.
Well, it took them long enough, didn't it? Let's face it.
Well, I've only just brought up this.
Ah, blimey.
Wait a minute, why have we frozen?
We've been doing that for a while. It keeps freezing, then it goes off again. The sound's okay, but it keeps... I think it's the heat gen.
Is it? Well, I didn't think it was quite that warm up here. And we've got the X-Tractor fan up there doing his Massey Ferguson thing.
Impression.
And I did put an extra fan on the computer.
Yeah,
look, it's done it again.
Been doing it for about 10 minutes.
Well,
but I've not.
Maybe we'll turn this round and blow a bit of air at the computer.
It's sort of stuck under there, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm just blowing air, so we'll heat up, but the computer will have a bit of something extra.
As long as the computer's okay.
Yeah, so yeah, we're definitely still moving. It might be that camera angle, I don't know. Right, B Mozza, big hello to you, says hi. I am late. Late. Absolutely.
Late.
Oh no, Gandalf's got his floppy hat stuck in the letterbox again. Oh, I think I hear Gandalf.
Is that Gandalf coming?
Yeah, they can't hear you, Gandalf, unless you come a bit closer. Apparently, yeah, people are saying the vids do keep freezing, but has it frozen recently? Or are we all right? I think it might be a heat thing.
Doesn't seem to do it as much when it's cold, does it?
Yeah, well, I've got the fan now blowing up the computer.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Just how finicky this computer is.
What's that coming into the loft?
Is that you, Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. My
Thanks,
goodness, it's
Gandalf.
warm up here.
Is it? Oh yeah, I was just thinking. Well, that might be why.
Gandalf, you brought things from the Shire. Oh,
from the Shire, the finest Pepsi Blue.
I have brought the Halfling's leaf, but unfortunately, it turned into Cokes.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Terrible.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Richard Swiderski says Gandalf was out shopping. Turned out he was as well.
He went off shopping.
Mel says that's good to hear you're all very well. I'm good, thank you. We've thank you very much. We've pointed the fan at the computer because we were getting some. Oh no!
Is it the same one again?
No, we've got some kind of right. You should talk to the nice people.
That back rail seems to be giving us issue this evening, and it's happened 3 times.
I bet it's warped from the heat.
Well,
the heat from Mordor.
Is Mordor located next to Lesdor?
Yes. Yes, it is. How did you know?
Lesdor, Mordor, some door.
Enough door.
Enough door.
Little door.
Upper door.
And now we've transitioned into Yoda for some reason.
But it's ever struck you that Yoda and Miss Piggy are basically the same.
And you've never seen Yoda and Miss Piggy in the same room at the same time, have you?
No, you haven't.
That's a
right, I don't know what this.
What's happening there?
We've got some kind of a little bit of an issue, it would appear, with heat. And one of the ABC units, it gets really hot, and the expansion gap is just a. Oh, Look at that! Look at that! It's like, oh, I see you. You're busy with something.
You might have some warpage there, Jen.
No,
It's
it's just.
it's the same
It
corner
does
as
this.
last time.
It does this. It goes, oh, I see you've got something in your hand, so can't do anything. Let's just screw you around. Oh, I had something on there.
It's quite impressive of the power of that Deltic when it just kept going.
It did, rather. Right. Trying to think where I can. I'm gonna just keep talking to the nice people.
Mordor was based on the almost constant glow over the Black Country when Tolkien was growing. Oh, I did not know that. Surprisingly, I'm not actually a fan of the Lord of the Rings things.
Actually, I mean, I could see that.
I should well be, but I'm not.
Being the Black Country, because it must have got really quite horrible and polluted. Right, I've just got a class for 16 out. We were talking about the 16. Oh, lovely, lovely. They may have been deeply unsuccessful in real life, but actually, in model form, the Hellion one's really quite good. I like it.
It is pretty.
Oh, what? You said it was just air. There's more in there than air. Oh man, would you strike a light?
I held back as well. I held back.
You mean you brewed it for longer for that fuller taste? Oh. If anybody's wondering,
Brewed for longer for that fuller taste.
Ian Parker says nice 16 VR coaches running around. Yeah, that Deltic is not even taxed on that. It must be said. Absolutely, just romps around. In fact, the green one is wondering why I'm not loading it up. It's got, I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Gresleys, and it's like not even taxed.
It was impressive before because when you had the sound running, and you were gleefully demonstrating to me how nice your Deltic is, and the one that I don't have. When you put thrash back on, the loco took off like it wasn't even pulling anything to begin with.
Yeah, like I love the sound it makes when it does this. And that's not even right. It's going to whiz through the. Whee!
Oh, it's very nice. It just sounds lovely.
I love the Acura Scale Delta. I am going to actually. I think the cheeky part of me is going to say to Acura Scale, it's like you wouldn't happen to have any of those spare Deltic sound decoders knocking about and a speaker, because I'm not a huge fan of sound, but that makes me want more.
Walker's theme and heritage relevance, I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Let's just say that there was some kind of bottom biscuit floated past proceedings.
I have my own interpretation of thrash. And clag as well, apparently.
Oh, toilet humour is always the best. And people say, like, oh, you're like a small child. It's like, yeah, but it's the funniest.
Absolutely.
But don't forget to tickle that like button and share the stream too. Let other people know that the Monday Club is online and dangerous. And we did touch on some of the news earlier on. So you're liking
it. I'm retro liking it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, every little helps, doesn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah, like FYI, if you have your own YouTube channel, always like your own videos because it's like +1 to your stats.
High-fiving yourself.
Yeah, it's like Mel says, I am building a Pico 00 scale bus kit for my friend. Some of those Pico bus kits are quite good fun, actually. The Cupboard Monkey built one. And Heartfilia Railway says, so, since I've just arrived, who's your guest, Jenny? Well, this is Iron Horse Railways. You may recognise him from the chat. And better known as Craig.
Yes.
And you brought over a luscious 46. I'm doing a big trade.
We're doing
of,
some commerce. The wheels of commerce are well and truly greased, aren't they?
Well, is that what you're calling it?
Right. Yeah.
Let me grease the commerce. Naive Gauge says, this weekend I finally managed to do some work on my layout after struggling to get back into it for about 6 months. I'm glad you're back. It's a bit like riding a bike. You always go back to it. Always go back. Flammo Chairman 1 says, Mark asked, Model Railway Fantasia, Jenny, do you have any thoughts on a loco that stops when you switch the sound on? I'm thinking faulty decoder for the sound works fine with no sound. So the moment you turn the sound on, it just stops dead.
Stops when you switch the sound on, as in the loco just everything cuts out.
If there's a short on the speaker,
absolutely, yeah.
Could it be some kind of a short on the speaker wires? Because they'll be isolated until you turn the sound on.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it may be a short on the speaker wires.
I actually had an issue with an old Ginty I had, and I'd retrofitted sound equipment to it, and the old weight they put into the old Hornby stuff to balance the wagon down and help it grip to the old steel track had come loose over the years, and it actually pivoted out and attached itself to a wheel and caused a massive short circuit.
I've seen that the Hornby used to use like a metal tension lock hook, and I've seen them come off and get stuck to the bottom and bridge, excuse me, the track.
Yeah. Yes, it is, Mark. That's the one. It's all sorted now, and it is now in Jenny's weir yard.
Oh right. So when did you meet Mark?
Sorry, no. It was on the Monday Club page.
Right. Right, so what was up with it?
Well, what had happened is when I had fitted the what did I do to it? Fitted the stay alive to it, and I put the body back on. But what happened is I had the stay alive, and it wasn't quite far enough back, so the front body was sort of sat like that.
Right.
So I took the body back off, moved the stay alive back, and put it down again, and it's fine. Because one side, one bogie was like that high, and one was that high, and it looked like it was sort of on the finish. So. Little bit of screw turning.
Sometimes with a lot of these things, space can be at a premium, and you've got to watch out when you're fitting stuff that you don't get stuff trapped under the body. The other thing as well is pay close attention to where the screws go through, because wires just love getting across there, and when you put your screw in, it will chew through the wire and cause a lot of problems.
I had a... What was it now? I think it was a Vitrains. It was an older Vitrains Class 37, and what happened is the previous owner had been in there messing about with it.
Right.
And it wasn't running quite right. The body wouldn't sit properly. So I took it apart, and what happened is the screws that you saw mentioned before had fallen out inside the cradle, and they'd stuck to the bottom side of the frame, and because of the magnets in the motor, you couldn't get them out. So they were stuck in there. So I had to completely strip everything apart to component pieces to take the screws out. But you just need to watch the little buggers; they come off again.
I don't know.
It's not happy over there, is it?
I think there's just a loud bit where the ballast is just where the flanges are touching the ballast. Ian Parker just clicked the like button, and Naive Gauge says, "I have liked the stream. Have you? Have you?
Have you?
You must do." But thank you so much. Flammo Chairman says, "Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, folks." Wardle Road says, "Hi, all who said hello. Busy day today. A day to relax tomorrow, I think." Have you bought some more? I was going to say model railway stuff.
He's got a Class 37 as our Ollie. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's what
he didn't pre-order it from a Cura scale. He went to Harry Needle and got one of his Demics. David Scott says, "Good evening, folks. Late this evening, just out in another meeting. What's the latest news?" Well, Hellion over at DEMU over the weekend shared all of the engineering test shots of the Class 104, the 10-800 plus livery shots of the Class 45. So really did look good. We've also, what else did we have? West Hill Wagon Works announced the is it a Class 37 bogie?
Well, I don't know if they've announced it.
Or was it a 47?
It was a 47.
47.
I asked if they did a 37 because I didn't do 37. But the detail on that one was, again, really, really good.
Oh, Don gets model railway. Says, buy cheap loco on eBay, get surprise DCC decoder. Now in, what is it phase? Label says 1014. I've had a few locos like that, where you go to fit the decoder in and find there's one already there.
We're
that's off. We're off.
Same one again.
Right, you just talk to the nice people.
So, it's definitely that coach, Jan.
Yeah, it's the sleeping car, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. It's come off twice now. It's still not on, Jan.
It's alright, it'll
Derail everything.
right, 55002.
It's all gone horribly wrong. Oh dear me.
Right, you talk to the nice people.
So I will just take this moment to mention that
Plug
I have my own YouTube channel, which I do many, many wonderful things upon. Usually it's me ranting about things that have gone wrong, or couplings. But I do like to show what I've been doing in terms of weathering stuff. I have a Facebook page as well, which you can find me on the old look and face there. And I do weathering commissions as well. So if you want anything weathered, I've done a few bits and pieces for Jenny. She's taken the class 46 off my hand.
46?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, absolutely.
So I've got two of yours.
I've got two of my specials.
Yeah. And you
And
also...
that 46 is extra special because I did it for me.
So it's like you made extra... Oh, are you demolishing the place?
It's okay, it's them.
The best thing about that is that they're yours now, so if you break them, it's tough.
Oh, cheers for that, yeah.
Wardle Road says, Jenny, check Facebook messages. Okay, right. So, what have you bought?
He's done something wrong. Oh, dear me.
Wagon number 3. Am I allowed to tell people?
I mean, what's that? Is that
I know what it is. I know what it is. I don't say out loud. He might like...
That's a nice class 8. That's lovely. Yeah.
Oh, Ollie, the 37. I think you're pushing the boat out there.
Matt Wilson asks, why did I change eras? So why did I go from
we were talking about that
70s
before.
and 80s diesels? A few different things really. One being that I like to model what I can see, and I find it quite difficult to find accurate sources of what happened back in the 70s and the 80s about how things were done. People that watch my YouTube channel know that I do a lot of operation videos, and I like to be as reasonably prototypical, don't like that word, as I can be in terms of what gets done and what happens and how it happens and what have you. Train length might be condensed a little bit, but I've not got the space for it. So it's one of those. But I just like the stock more. That's what it boils down to. I just like how the Class 66 looks, one of my favourite locomotives, and I like the idea of an old diesel from pre-1979, so like a Class 37 or a 47, that has survived through the years and is still being used in modern day traffic.
Well, it's basically all of the Class 8 shunters and Class 9 shunters.
Your Class 8s, your Class 9s, a lot of your 37s, your 47s. Technically, you're 57 because that's when they remote the 47. The Class 20s, they're still in a lot of revenue in traffic.
Right, we're having a debate on this. I'm sure West Coast Rail is still using some Class 33s.
I'm sure they are because I'm
and up until comparatively recent, Fragonset were using them as well. They're in the black. I'm sure 33s are still about 31s. Network Rail's got some 31s. I'm sure of it.
Heart feeling really like, do I do lighting or construction? I used to do things like that, but I've moved away from it because it took a lot of time. It did take a lot of time, so I just stick to weathering now as a rule, if you will.
Oh, and Wardle Road picked up enough gear to airfit 2 wagons. Air brake. I know what your wagons are. An air brake. Are you not vacuum braking? Warbler Productions confirms West Coast Rail have at least 4 Class 33s.
There we are then.
There
Excellent.
we go.
So yes, absolutely.
But also Class 50s have been seen back
Hoovers,
on.
Yeah.
55s.
GBRF have got a couple of those.
The 55s. Oh, Class 73s. Mark Wilson.
Are they diesels? Are they still in use?
Yeah, electro diesels. Yeah, Class 73s, of course. Oh, interesting. James Petts points out 31s were retired from Network Rail in 2017.
Wow, so that's still pretty modern day, though, really. Isn't
Yeah,
it, when you think about it.
Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station. Good afternoon, all. Just wrapped up a YouTube video. Have time to say hello before I go out with the grandchildren. Hello. Don't forget to tickle the like button and share the stream too. And also, if you're looking for something really quite excellent, don't forget that you can still order the Monday Club Wagon. The all-new PAL brick is now about. I'm sure I saw Billy's replacement speakers in before.
Has he come back? So you thought it was me, didn't you? But it's clearly not.
I was almost convinced it was you until you were sat here. Unless you got a mate to do it.
No, absolutely not. It's certainly not me.
Yeah. Wardle Rose's brake fan will be dual brake to run behind a Hunslet fitted with air.
Ooh.
But then again, I mean, it'd be quite interesting. Your Great Eastern Railway vent van, why not dual pipe it? You could have that with both air and vacuum pipe as well. And then your brake fan and your van can just sort of mooch around together, and it doesn't matter what braking system the train's using, because they'll both have pass-throughs.
Oh, thank you, Heartfilia. You just subscribed to my channel. Thank you, mate.
How many subs have you got these days?
I'm up to 620 now. Just
600?
I think it's 620 or 615, something like that. I'm getting there.
Let's see if we can get you to 1,000.
If I can get to 1,000.
This is Iron Horse Railway.
Iron Horse Railways, yeah. Where have we gone?
So, brilliant. Kev McKay, 85, hello to you. Also saw J95
615.
Egg Rider as well. Says, as an aside, has anyone worked out how to fit hunt couplings to the old Daypole wide tension lock clip-in couplings? The Hornby version, you just pop the base off. The Daypole version has no pop-off base. I'm not sure.
You might need to, if it's the one I'm thinking of, you might need to get a set of pliers on the back and put a little bit of pressure on the back of the tension lock. That'll get it out. I've had that a few times because I use a mixture of tension lock and magnetic couplings on my stock.
There we are. Billy's replacement speaker says it says just poked up. I think that means pop. Just poked up the apples and pears to get you to part with some bees and honey for my new JK wagon, which Adam and Eve, you will like. So he's a geezer. He's a geezer, is our Billy.
I didn't realise he was a bit of a lad.
Bit of a geezer.
He's a bit of a geezer.
Yeah.
He's all white, mate.
Yeah, wide boy. Yeah, bit of a spiv.
Fell off the back of a van, you know.
Yeah, no. South of the river, helped off the back of a van.
Helped off the back of a van.
Yeah, no Absolutely. Income tax, no VAT, no money
you
back.
You can get a little
guaranteed.
Trotter's independent trading wagon. I've seen it.
I'm sure Oxford Diecast also do the Del Boy van and the Capri.
That's a little scene that I need to make, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they've got the Capri as well.
Oh, Flymore shared my channel. Thank you, Flymore Chairman and gentlemen. Yes.
Leslie Gilpin Railways asks, is the Network Rail steam ban still on? Been pouring down on and off today. There's been there's been a lot of rain recently. Skipsy Train says another 12 wagons arrived from rails in the form of the Acura scale Castle cement wagons.
What the Castle says?
What is it?
Was it? Oh, come on. What's now? Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now. Stop it.
Yeah, stop messing about.
You mean these? Then these aren't the Castle cement. These are rugby cement. The Castle cement would have been my first choice, but these will do.
But needs must.
Needs must, absolutely.
Howard Pomfret says, I subscribe to the Iron Horse. He's extending his layout.
I am extending my layout.
Or is that just because the heat made it expand?
Involuntary expansion.
Yeah.
I wish a bit of both, but I just want, more room.
Big hello to Sue at Putnam Junction. CNE Games says, hello, Jenny. I had to go to Tesco, so I am late. Late! It'll be about... Gandalf is late as well. Skipsy... oh, sorry, we've already read that.
You were late, sorry, were you? Did you say you were late?
Monday Clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks Gandalf!
You're welcome.
Good evening to 3B Rail. So I hope everyone is well. We are actually. It's a bit warm.
It's very warm.
But have we had any freezing since I moved the fan round?
I've not noticed it.
Good.
To be honest with you, I've not noticed it.
Excellent. CNE Game says, I love your motivation. I'm watching my 47 go around my layout right now. Well, due to expansion, I got a little bit of an issue with one of the ABC shuttles. It kind of expands, and the rails then touch just enough to cancel out the ABC shuttle. Yeah, Gandalf was late. Tim's Mother Railways in different videos suggests that Gandalf may have been playing Lord of the Rings video game. 57305 Northern Princess, big hello to you. Severn Valley Railway lifts their steam ban on Wednesday. Of course, we have had the rain coming down. I drove to Bedford and back today, and there's a lot of rain.
Jeffrey Kite, AFFA, bro. Nice one. Thank you, mate.
How come you're the ice cream king?
Oh, because in my latest video of me doing what I do, I was showing the good people that my track had expanded and whatever, and I was eating an ice cream at the time, and I wanted to pontificate.
Yeah.
So I used the ice cream to pontificate with.
Okay, and did it drip?
No, it didn't. That's what Mystic Railways thought was going to happen, Mark.
What, the people were all taking bets?
It was going, it's going to fall, it's going to put ice cream all over. I said, it's fine, it's fine. I'm a professional ice cream handler, it's absolutely fine. I know what I'm doing. It didn't survive much longer after that, I must have.
No. Ruben Ashwell says, don't mention ice cream, I'm now craving some.
Good.
And also says, Leicester had some rain today. Mike at Putnam Junction says, placing a ceramic saucer on the track with 30% cold water, then fill with ice cubes over time will return the track back if you can catch it before it pops.
That's the thing. If it pops, you've done for.
So pops is when it basically snaps the
Because that's what
plate.
had happened with that chap's layout on Monday. It had gone. If I can find it, Jen, it's absolutely appalling.
So
it really
when it goes back, I suppose you'd have to. I mean,
I can't
how
remember.
hot must it have got up there to do that?
I think they said it was like 45 degrees in the loft, something similar.
Because, I mean, up here, we got up into the low 30s. It was about 32, 33.
It was posted on the... It's a different thing, but it was Shoeburyness Muller Railway Club.
Oh, yes, I do remember it.
Look at that. How's that for some snappage?
Good God.
Absolutely, but it was, look at that.
I
don't know if the camera will pick it up,
but the fact the expansion is so much that there's now an overlap with the rails. It's not just come out, but
that is properly
had
it. That's properly. I've got to sit back down again, haven't I?
So Wardle Road, I know, is trying to get me to come and visit his fleet.
His fleet.
It's a long way to go. Colne Valley Railway.
If it's not, is it not mainline certified yet, Ollie? You should get your finger out, son.
The brake fan, you could probably, with enough paperwork, get on the main line. But the Great Eastern Railway van, I suspect Network Rail would take one look at that with its oil axle boxes and go, no chance. If you could convert it to roller bearings, you might stand a chance.
That's probably going to be a lot of work on that, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's not designed for it. James Pets. Oh, I love a bit of dearie me.
What's going on?
Anyway, James Pets, absolutely bigger expansion gaps. People forget about expansion gaps in model form. Did you not put any in?
No, I did, but I tend to put them near points.
I put a lot in.
But I should, you really should, shouldn't you?
Because, that you can see there's quite a few places. I'm just looking over here, just as an example. Yeah, I use full yard lengths of flexi track, but I do leave in expansion gaps because you do need them.
And you get that nice...
Like clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Now I like you, I've got quite expensive sound fitting models, but today I was just sat in the living room with my Class 24, no sound on, I'm just listening to the...
Well, if you listen,
it's not
here. There's no sound currently running, and it's like a lovely, pleasant sound. I think I'll fix that. Top tip for you. Can I just say, top tip for you guys? If you get an irksome coach or wagon that keeps derailing, do what I've just done. Take it out of the train, turn it round 180 degrees, and put it back in. It's remarkable the number of times that solves the problem.
That, and I have no idea why. I've got a Dapol ICA sub bullet, and it will run fine one way, but the other way it always comes off the track.
I know it's that sleeper coach does appear to be in that category. I want to get more in that livery. I do quite like them. The Super Detail Hornby Gresley coaches in the blood and custard. Really nice.
I like those wooden finished ones.
Look, they were
Blue Kettle, whatever it is.
Yeah, but those ones, they're the transitions, so they're like about 1948, 1949.
They're really nice.
So they've still got the teak panelling, which is the L and the R colour.
Really close together. Is that the hunt couplings you've got on?
They are actually really stuck together with hunt couplings.
They're really close together.
Yeah, and really effective. I mean, that is just like I leave that as a permanently coupled together rake, and it does run really, really well. Warbler Production says, did the Doctor return to the layout after they were spotted last time? He's not in view where he is there now.
There is still one TARDIS on display, but I don't think you can see it at the minute.
Yeah. If you
So there you go. You've got a TARDIS master.
Dear. David, it's my mother. He says, Pico need to make some SL44 expansion joint kits. Are they just a cosmetic thing, or do they actually expand?
Well, I know on the real railway they have the rails that sort of overlap on this, and they sort of give it some of that, don't they? I'm not sure if it is.
Is it a cosmetic, or does it actually do what it says on the tin? On the tin. Timothy's there going, hey, what? Me? What? Hey. Donget's Mother Railway saw that. Yeah, I know. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Josh, what do you think of the Matchbox Sonic and diecast cars? I like Matchbox cars. I liked them as a kid. Donget's Mother Railway. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, but it'll go round. There'll be.
Well, that lasted over 30 seconds, didn't it, Jim? Well done.
The trouble is, if I place it, people immediately see. So there you go. Right, you just. I'll change the angle. The angle of the dangle has been changed. SHGP Media, a big hello to you. DJK 666's Fraggin set had some 31s. Looked really good in their colours, nice and retro. Micah put him judge. I know it is. What was on that inner loop. Hythe Kent says, "Who is the guest?"
I am Iron Horse Railways,
aka Craig. You've got a YouTube channel.
I have a YouTube channel.
Been on before.
Page. I've been on before.
Yeah.
This is the fifth time I've found my way here.
We're thinking fourth, could be more.
You know, I keep coming back because you keep leaving food out for me. I'm like a magpie.
We fed you with. I think we feed you with lasagna every time. It's so his go-to meal.
She does make a good lasagna.
I will
say that she makes a very.
If
good
we fill
lasagna.
like a little plastic bag, you could on your way back have a munch on the motorbike.
I've done that before.
What, eating on a motorbike?
I was going to Wales for a rally and I was hungry, so I didn't have my Upfest helmet on. I remember I had a Mars bar in my pocket, so I just opened it up.
I remember once, many years ago, a guy on the motorbike, like knocking on the window of the car next to him as they're trundling along at about 30. And it's like, what? You got a light? And like handed over his cigarette lighter. The guy lit up, handed it back, and then.
Yeah, we don't mess about.
Yeah.
I will say it was absolutely awful the other day when it was 40 degrees or 35, whatever it was. Normally, when you get up to speed on a motorcycle, there was a nice breeze.
There's a cooling breeze.
And I was on the motorway doing 70 miles an hour.
Exactly 70.
Exactly
yes,
70
officer.
miles an hour, it was like being sat in front of a hot fan. There was
the
zero.
air was hot.
It was horrible. And I found a private road, unoccupied and corned off, and I exceeded 70 miles an hour, and it got hotter. I don't know how.
Oh, it was like that the other day. There was like a bit of a breeze, and it's like, oh, thank God there's a breeze. I'll open the window. And it was just like opening the oven.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Good
night to you, AD Pullen. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's been great to have your company. I know it is a school night for a lot of people. Is it a school night for you?
No, I work in retail. I actually manage a motorcycle accessories store in Preston.
So you work the weekend, but your weekend is deferred.
My weekend is deferred to during the week, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've not had a weekend off as part of my regular working week for the best part of 20 years. So I don't really miss it because I'm not a massive fan of people. So if I go
you work
somewhere,
in retail.
If I go for somewhere on a weekend, it's full of kids. and crowds and queues. They go during the week, no one's there. You know, it's brilliant. I can just walk straight in. It's fantastic.
Warbler Production says TARDIS on the brake van shuttle.
Oh,
You thought you were being clever.
I did thought I was being clever.
Not with these people. These people, they've got it sussed.
Oh,
Right, let's have a look now. Alright, the cupboard monkey's gone for a snooze, and I suspect that Gandalf may have gone for a lie down with her.
I did see him grabbing his hat and leaving quite a hurry.
I'll have a snooze with you. Not in a dirty sort of like I'll have a snooze in some way, but
Can you have a dirty snooze?
right, apparently I'm not allowed to, even though he didn't warn me. It's a good job we didn't tell people what it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
To be fair with you, looking at that, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is. To me,
I know exactly
it
what it is.
just looks like a thing, you know.
I know exactly what it is. Don't forget to tickle that like button, people. Share the stream too. And you can, of course, if you haven't already done so, become a Jenny Kirk membership member. And that entitles you to early access to the Friday video ad-free, as well as your name in a natty green colour and access to some exclusive emoticons.
I used to enjoy them.
The Alfonso La Pulsa says, imagine asking for a light from inside of a VEP waiting from a platform at Waterloo from someone also on a VEP on the adjacent track.
It's quite funny because I saw, I was watching a video of, it was just entitled something like Trains at Leeds in the 80s. And the driver was driving a 37 and he had his arm out the window, flat cap on and a pipe. And he's not just pulling away from Leeds Station with lots of thrash. I'm thinking, that is brilliant.
And Flymo Chairman 1 has just demonstrated some of the exclusive emoticons. And DJK666 has just subscribed to Iron Horse.
Thank you very much,
See,
DJ.
that is the
Excellent,
benefit of
mate.
coming
Excellent.
on
There we
here.
go. If you like watching a grown man play with trains, then you're there. Absolutely.
Yeah, or an even older grown woman playing
Absolutely,
with trains.
yes.
Oh, I love playing with trains, me.
And why not?
Yeah, oh, that's
That
not...
didn't work quite as well as you thought it would, did it then, Jen?
No, that wasn't the...
That's me again. Sorry, I do apologise.
And you can actually
You're making me more jealous now, and it's not fair. Stop it.
You can... There you
Come
do-
here for torture.
You go two-tone with it.
Oh, that's not fair. Oh, can you do... Can you, which do you press to do high and low? Which is it? I don't,
F2 and F3, but you have to cancel them. They're latching.
I'm trying to do with them all.
You're trying to play the Imperial March or
No,
something?
what have I done here? I'm trying to do the Euclid Moore thing, but you have to cancel it, don't you? You can change that in your CV settings, by the way, so it's momentary. So when you press and
I know,
release it,
but the problem is that not all the...
You don't have a
See,
JMRI, do you?
I've got a momentary on F2 there.
What's Bell do?
Bell is the equivalent of F1, so it actually turns on the prime mover.
Oh, right, okay.
Big hello to Jennifer Horton. It says, sorry I'm late. So is Gandalf. Gandalf has gone for a lie down. Alfonso La Pulsa says 37 drivers shouldn't need a pipe. Plenty of clag already. So I remember back in the late 90s, truck drivers with pipes.
I have
and
got a pipe.
slippers.
I actually have got a pipe and some slippers. I am the youngest,
Are you
the
a-
youngest 80-year-old on the planet, John. I have got a pipe. I don't
Are you
smoke
a-
it too often.
So I bet, is it not like really hard work?
Smoking a pipe? No, it's lovely because you get come smoke. Talk about smoking on here. It's not going to get you demonetised or like that.
Well, I dress it up in euphemisms. Should be fine.
Well, you're holding your not pipe, and you've not got tobacco in it, and you just tamp it down, and then you pre-light it, and then.
But
you
it keeps
go down.
going out.
It does if you're not good at it. You just got to know about, and you don't necessarily have to keep lighting it. You just tamp it down.
Surely
And you don't
could-
inhale
could-
the smoke. You just taste it and get. You don't inhale it.
Why would you want to taste cigarette? Well,
Because
tobacco.
it's not the same as cigarette smoke. It's really not. I don't smoke
So what,
cigarettes.
what would happen if you rolled pipe tobacco into a cigarette?
You could smoke it, but it will probably keep going out.
Would it?
It needs.
Is it quite
airflow.
moist?
It's moist. It's moist, really.
It's very
moist.
moist.
It's moist.
Very moist.
Similar to cigars, I do enjoy a good cigar. And it's the same sort of situation.
Warbler Production says there used to be a driver on the Festiniog Railway who was a former East Coast mainline steam driver, always seen with a cigarette in his mouth. Oh my word! Oh, there is a chap and a half. Worthington Model Railway. Oh, ow. Sorry.
150 pipes. Well done, Worthington.
Oh, I had a wooden spelk there in the stuck.
I
I don't know how I've managed.
What is your favourite smoking pipe, sir?
And the Doctor is apparently still riding on the brake van.
He is.
Yeah, he's been a naughty boy. Oh, he's a very naughty boy.
He's not the Messiah.
Yeah.
I have got an idea, actually, Jim.
Have you?
Actually, can it be seen on that camera for my plan?
No, it can't.
Oh.
It can't, right. So, Hot Dog Pilot 63 says half ounce of old and nutty. Oh, that.
Thank you, Walker Steam and Heritage Red. Thank you for subscribing, sir. Appreciate it.
So has your sub count gone up by quite a chunk? Seal, big hello to you. Has been doing well on eBay lately, picking up loads of track and wagons.
Oh, James Pets has subscribed. I do approve of subscriptions, James. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Andy T741 says Jeff Birch has some very interesting videos on YouTube from a driver fireman perspective from my area, which is.
Wait, I've got this done to 623 now. Brilliant.
What was it at before?
615. Almost 10 new subscribers.
Yeah, that's perfect, isn't it? Have you ever thought though with the pipe, why not just put some soapy water in and blow bubbles instead?
Not like Eddie from Bottom. when they go on the honeymoon. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's just there in a dress, but he's got the breasts on backwards.
James Pett says, I approve of Iron Horse's approval.
I approve of your approval of my approval.
And I approve of your approval of his approval
and
of your
approval. And
approval.
that's just getting ridiculous now, isn't
it? Yeah. Ben Tullett says, I like smoking tyres when doing eager driving. Yeah, peeling a bit of rubber.
A bit of burning rubber.
Yeah,
although my motorcycle tyres cost £186 each.
Oh, right.
So
you don't burn so much.
Well, not intentionally, no.
That's the thing. When you get to be an adult with like mortgages and stuff, you stop doing stuff like that. You look at your tyres on your car and you go, no, we'll just drive it like a nun and get the best out of that.
When I was younger, I was regularly burning the rubber.
Oh, I used to do that.
But,
on my mum's old Volvo 740, which I later had to buy because I pranged it. I dinged one of the rear body panels, so I felt obliged to buy it when I passed my test. It was a good little motor that, but oh man, rear wheel drive, so you could power slide that thing like a good. Yeah, but you know when you're like what 20, 21, it's like the greatest thing ever, and you haven't got a mortgage or responsibilities.
You haven't got a clue either, have you?
No.
That's a problem, really.
Yeah, I got very good at getting that thing out of ditches.
Quite good. I had a mate who flipped a microwave once.
Ooh,
flipped an SL marker down ditch in Doncaster. That was very good.
Really? Did it do a lot of damage?
It did enough damage to make him not want to do it again.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Did it write it off then? Or?
He certainly did. He crushed the A-frame.
Really? Gosh.
He was looking a bit loud, was Chris, to be honest with you. But yeah.
How fast was he going?
Well, it's a micro. It was a country road in Doncaster. It was done about 80, I think, something like that. He was speeding. He was a bit of a lad, 18-year-old.
Bit of a geezer.
He got to a corner which he didn't expect.
Nobody expects the Spanish corners.
Is that appropriate, do you think?
What?
Will that get spotted?
Of course it'll get spotted.
Will that get spotted?
What do you do? Hey, don't leave it.
It's too late now.
Exarcon42, hello there. It's okay. Don't worry. There's an amnesty on being late because Gandalf's gone for a lie down. Southern Train Girl also just subbed to you.
Thank you, Southern Train Girl.
Could we get you up to 1,000? I mean,
and Alfonso, thank you as well. Oh, you all showing
just remember as well, you'll get people as well subscribing on catch up, so you'll see your sub count jump up over the next week.
I think there's enough people out there doing high quality reviews of products.
You do what, sorry?
I think there's already enough people on YouTube out there doing high quality reviews of products.
There's a few people doing low quality reviews.
There is a few people that do nonsense reviews, but so I don't really do too many reviews. What I do is weathering videos. I do a little bit of how-tos. Yes, oh, well done. Yes, excellent. I agree. Weathering videos and I would say running sessions is what I do. But I like to change the camera angles and make them cinematic. I had bird song, things like that.
So did you do it as a live stream or pre-record?
I've tried live stream once. My setup is not yet compatible to make a successful live stream.
You do need quite a beefy computer to make it all work, it must be said.
It's all from my phone. I do it all from my phone. Everything from my phone. I've got a nice bit of software on here called InShot. And that is a really good little video editor. I can do all sorts of transitions.
What's the line on your screen?
That's a crack.
You've broken it?
Yeah, but I'm surprised it's on the one crack because I've dropped it 1,000 times. And if you look at the phone as well, you see it's actually curved.
Is that the shape of your pocket?
That's the shape of it's my breast. It's in my breast pocket thus. And it is moulded to my person. But people think I'll be sat on it. I haven't sat on it. It's just it's curved. If I put it on a flat surface, it actually rocks. Look.
You have
look at that. It rocks.
So what you're saying? You've got quite a robust pocket.
I have a robust. It's a leather clad pocket for my waist.
Grumpy Frog Production says hello from Australia. Cannot sleep. So caught you live for once. It's always great to catch new people in the chat. Of course, a lot of people do watch on Catcher. Don't forget to tickle the like button. XR Kun 42 says, "What was that? A Duchess in Diablo? It's actually a Princess Coronation. Was it Princess Mary Louise or something like that?" Flymo Chairman 1, absolutely. Want to buy the Jenny Kirk Monday Club mugs, T-shirts, and books? And we've got a link for you there. There's also a link underneath the video. So do get your Billy's replacement speaker merchandise, and also there's some weirdo called Jenny as well. She's got some merch in there. Stevie Film says Craig's pocket must be too hot for his phone is buckled. Yeah, it's softened and interesting. Dongit's Mother Railway does point out when phones curve, it can sometimes be the battery failing and getting fatter.
Are you telling me I'm carrying a bomb in my pocket?
Potentially, yeah.
Peter Jackson wants to know how the scrapyard diorama is coming along. You must have missed it from before.
We did show it earlier on.
It's very good so far, isn't it?
So look at that. Look, the power of glue. It's all stuck down. That's where we're up to. It looks very neat and clinical.
I do like the brick paper you've used, Jim. What is that?
It's a product called Regitex.
It's about £10 a sheet, isn't it?
It's not cheap, but I got a centre sheet to have a play with.
That is brilliant.
One of the perks of being a YouTuber who's got a bit of a following is that manufacturers send you things just to see what you think of them. And they sent me this, and I for a long time never got round to using it.
Yes,
and yet it's really expensive. What you see here is the full sheet. That's all you get in the packet. So you don't get an awful lot, but the effect is really good. But yeah, so most of this stuff on here
I just like the Ballast. It's brilliant. It's on there, isn't it? It's really on there.
That's PVA.
That's really
PVA
on there.
water and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol just to break the surface tension.
Really on there.
Why do you normally get issues then?
Well, I use the same PVA IPA mix as you do, but my Ballast just seems to crumble. I have
used enough.
I'm not. Well, this is it. Some Ballast does stick, and some brands don't.
What brand of ballast are you using? Oh yeah, I've not had much success with that. I'm sorry, and people say like, "Oh, you're ever so nice to all the manufacturers." The DCC Concept ballast. I know what it's made of. Actually, it's not stone. It's ground up coconut husk that's then dyed. But I haven't had as much luck with that. It does seem to need a more careful choice of glues. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath, yes, there is a video in production. It's quite a big production. I've been filming it over a couple of weeks now, but hoping it'll be done to go out on Friday. Now, Hythe Kent asks, what is Craig's channel? You're getting a lot of interest.
I believe Flymore Chairman has just shared a link to it in the comments there.
Yeah, so, really, yeah, so, why does it say Bandit Bam?
Oh, because I used to have actually motorcycle stuff on there, but that's what the link used to be, Bandit Bam. I can't change the link now.
Oh, so that's like the primary channel is called
Bandit Bam, but it is Iron Horse Railways. You type in Iron Horse Railways, it'll come up as Iron Horse Railways.
It's like, I mean, I keep thinking about changing my YouTube channel name because Jennifer E. Kirk is from my time working in radio and doing book tours. Was what was originally on there, which we had to take down because when YouTube started to crack down on background music, they went and I got copyright flagged on pretty much every video because it'd be in a Waterstones doing a book signing.
I uploaded a video once and I didn't mute the audio of a certain section. I was watching a film in the background, and it played some music on the film, and it caught me for that.
Right. Well, I just took down when they changed the rules on YouTube and completely didn't bother adhering to reasonable use and the fact that it wasn't that
who silly thing. No.
So we just took them all down. To be honest with you, moved on. But I've never renamed the channel. So my channel is my the name that's on my books, Jennifer E. Kirk, and it's also the name that I did radio programs under as a DJ. S-Eel, absolutely. YouTube suck at fair play.
Well, what would you change it to that for, really?
I've reached a point where I can't change it because people just know it's me. If I changed it to Weir Yard, it would be. I might as well start again from scratch.
And even if you made a second channel called Weir Yard, people would still come here anyway.
Yeah.
So there you
are. Growler Blackwood Engage Layout. Big hello to you. And Trainboy Charlie says you have motivated me to make a Hornby video. Thank you for your support. You're absolutely welcome.
That's what it's about.
And that is one of the things that we've been quite big on with the Monday Club and the channel is bigging up other people. Now, normally, we're about the stage where we'd be showing your videos, but because the Cupboard Monkey is not solar powered and certainly not improved by application of heat.
No, absolutely.
She's currently having to lie down, so we haven't got the means to. Well, we have got the means because she just come up and press the buttons, but I'm not in a position, unfortunately. So we will try and do a bumper session next week.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah. Oh, James Pett says I approve of your middle E. I also have a middle E. Of course, yes, James E. Pett. In my instance, the E does actually stand for something. It is my middle name that I never use, but it's a weird thing in publishing. Now, anybody who's wanting to go into fiction publishing, I'm told that having a middle name as an initial actually is a good selling point. So
George R. Martin.
Yeah, or who's that colossal transphobe? Did all the rip-off of Enid Blyton mixed with Tolkien. Oh, what's her name?
Harry Potter?
Yeah. Yeah, but
I don't know.
She doesn't have a middle name, but there's an initial.
I don't know.
For that reason. But anyway, yeah, the TARDIS has been spotted here, actually.
Oh.
But so anyway, yeah, so I was told, put an initial in, and as I do have a middle name, which is Emily. Yeah, I know, don't look anything like an Emily. That's where the E comes from. Right. Trainboy Charlie says, okay, I will wait working on my video all week. No worries. I'm just
it's a lot of work, isn't it, working on videos? It really is.
Yeah, it's something actually. When people try and troll me, it's always fun that it's an evening off for somebody.
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, that was the one. The K. I think she's now changed her name to Joanne Kathleen, or Catherine. But originally there was no middle name. They just picked a letter and then retconned it. Oh my word! Ian Parker says layout number 86 now completed for CambridgeMiniatureWonderland.com. Oh, brilliant! Oh, yeah, we should. At some point, if I'm ever over in the Cambridge area, we should sort out. I'll come and visit and film there. It does sound really, really good.
Well, is that like a UK version of the German Miniature Wonderland? Where they got planes taking off and flying into the wall?
I've never seen it.
It's brilliant. You should have a look at it. It's fantastic.
The Growler Blackwood Engage layout says Tarquin Oli Biscuit Barrel. Great name. Heartfilia Railway says, I do a lot of writing fiction myself, currently working on a fantasy sci-fi novel based on a Minecraft server run by myself and friends set in medieval times. Oh, we're ticking all the boxes there.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all it is for hours.
Why do you play it?
I used to play it and I had to stop because that's all I did. It's terrible.
It's addictive.
It really is. And
Well, Zoe, you know, maybe if Zoe perks up later on, we'll show you our huge paradise. We've actually built a city, and this is in survival mode, just for the super hardness of it.
oh no.
But we have actually we've built a city and populated it with villagers, and we figured out how you can actually create a city in Minecraft survival mode and make it work, and it's quite impressive.
That must be quite an effort. I mean, it's labour intensive in creative mode.
We've got a pole dancing club. We've got a bar and dancing joint.
Get your blocks out, love. Go on. Yeah,
but we've got a bar as well, and it's got a name. It's called the Hip Joint. The Hip Joint. Get it? Hip. We've also got our Halls of Justice, and it's got a jail underneath.
Halls of Justice from the Mad Max franchise, by any chance?
Well, that's where the name comes from.
I am a big Mad Max fan.
Oh, yes.
I love Mad Max.
I tell you, the first Mad Max, the best bit of the first Mad Max is the first 10 minutes, the car chase. Once you've seen the car chase, there's not really much left in the film worth watching. But that car chase in Mad Max, is that not amazing?
There's a few car chases in Mad Max. You know about the first one where Rube and Charlie...
Yeah, we power drive through the caravan.
Chasing Night Rider into the caravan. He had his indicator on! It's brilliant.
Yeah, and they sideswipe that Isuzu van and it pancakes it and it goes woo woo woo.
It's really interesting because if you watch the George Miller documentaries, how they made those films, they had absolutely zero budget. All the bikers were a real motorcycle club in Australia.
Yeah.
And what they did is they had no budget for bikes. So they said to us, come be the bikers in our film. We will pay you with beer and $100 or whatever it was, and you get to ride these brand new Kawasaki motorcycles. So Kawasaki lent them a motorcycle saying, please return these in good order. And they went, yes. And they promptly took all the exhaust off and crashed them. So it's fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
So surely they were presented with a massive bill at the end from Kawasaki.
I believe there was some diplomacy involved, but it did. Mad Max is brilliant, and I've had several bikes over the years which I fashioned after the machines from Mad Max.
See, my favourite Mad Max film is actually Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior.
Road Warrior, yeah.
Definitely. I think everything hooks up there. Right, Heartfilia says, liking the sound of the city, we built entire countries, including walled cities and castles. Would love to show it to you somehow. I keep telling Zoe to actually do a video of
I think you should.
Minecraft.
Really popular.
Oh yeah, I say to her, like, if she wants to build her channel, that's the way to do it.
I know there was a video a few years ago where some guy had recreated the old Pokemon game, and he'd done the full map from Pokemon Red from the Game Boy, but he'd recreated it in Minecraft. The full thing, he indicated it was fantastic. Really good.
Right. So anyway, just to catch up again on the news for those who joined us late, Hellion at the DEMU showcase was showing off the engineering samples of the Class 104 DMU, both 2-car and 3-car variant. Looks really, really great. Also, the 10800 engineering samples of that were on display. And we've also had livery samples shown for the Class 45. Yeah, really, really good look on those. We've also had the PCAs in, is it Castle Cement?
Yes, Castle Cement.
Castle Cement PCAs have arrived. A Cura coming in thick and fast.
I wish I'd pre-ordered those, but again, I didn't.
Are they sold out now?
I think so. I really want the car because there's a few videos on my channel. I sometimes go real world train hunting, and I go to Clitheroe quite a lot. And I film the train going in because it's on a level crossing. You can stand right next to it. And you're watching these Class 6s, it's going like that. It's fantastic. It really is, but I love the livery of the Castle Cement stuff. Yeah, it's nice to watch it and see the industry moving in front of you. So it's interesting. It really is.
Alfonso Lapulsi says Mad Max, or as he is known at the country club, Irate Maximilian.
That's quite right. Yes, Irate Maximilian.
Do you think he has a pipe?
He does. Of course, he has a pipe. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, I say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath, it says that there was an EP sample of the PWM shunter. So yeah, interesting because it's like it's an interesting little thing.
What is it another what I call siding fodder?
No,
Or
it's a permanent way machine shunter. So I think it's Ruston and Hornsby made it, but it's not like the Class 07 shunter.
Yeah.
It looks more like a slightly malnourished Class 4 shunter. Exarcun42 asks, is there any news on when the KR Models site will go back up? KR Models have been hit with a problem. Well, more to the point, their web hosting site has been hit with a problem, which took the krmodels.ca, which is the Canadian site, and I think the .co.uk site offline. Now, there is a .net site, which is their backup site, that they've currently transferred everything to. So you should be able to gain access to what you need to on that site. However, it's all down to something that's outside of their control with their ISP, not ISP, their web hosts. So I don't know, and I'm not sure that even they have been able to gather what the situation is. But that's the situation as it is. Other news, West Hill Wagon Works was showing off examples of their Class 47 bogie.
Nice.
Now, where's the...
put somewhere safe, I believe.
Right, I've been building this hopefully for the Friday video, but it won't really show up very well. But that is one of their Class 52 bogies. Let's see if I can get it close enough to actually... so there you are. You just see there... That's one of the West Hill Wagon Works Class 52 bogies, and the detail is incredible. I mean, you'll attest to this.
It really is.
When you look at that,
brilliant.
It's like it's the real deal. I've actually learnt a lot about how the bogies are constructed by looking at these.
Yeah, because you can see the prop shaft in there and everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because it's a diesel hydraulic drive, so I think that's actually the Meco fluid coupling. And then it's got the mechanical prop shaft from that. But there's also the Class 25 cabs, the scrap cabs. That's actually a Class 40 cab. But then we've got Class 25 wheel sets, Class 8 wheel sets.
Yeah, you can big spots on.
And then actually I've got... This is actually a Bachmann Class 04 shunter.
You just sliced it in half.
Yeah, cut it. It's been in my scrap box for years. That's a Hellion 25. That is real sacrilege, but in fairness, I paid 10 quid for it from Hellion at the Glasgow show. They had a big box of spare bodies, and I didn't find out until afterwards. My plan was I was going to take my D7661 and transfer all the detail across, and then I found it was too well glued on. So I contacted Hellion and said, can I buy all the detailing for a Class 25 body? And they went, no, haven't got any. So I ended up with an unusable body for the identity of the Class 25 that I really wanted, and eventually I bit the bullet and stuck it into that. Cut it in half.
Cut it in half. Sliced it up.
Peter Jackson Cheadle here says they are doing more soon. There is a hint that a 37 bogie will most likely follow it. I think a Class 25 one will as well.
I would get a Class 37 one already.
But Mark Wilson, absolutely, the Class 52 bogie is blinking amazing. And actually, I first saw them on your Swindon erecting shop diorama and was blown away. Also, one of the other products that's part of this build is the Class 47. Now, this is a one-piece 3D printed thing. So I'm just going to show you that there. It's a little difficult to show you because of the shadows, but you can see that that's a one-piece. And the detail is incredible.
You can even see the rivets on the panelling on the back and the
and the mesh
and everything. Absolutely, the mesh.
I mean, it really is an incredible level of detail. So I cannot recommend it more highly. But hopefully that video is going to be out on Friday. Yeah, I am building a loco graveyard. The diorama, I'm actually calling it the end of the line.
Ooh.
David, it's my mother always says we had issues with our web hosting site. It took 3 months to resolve. Unfortunately, that is I've seen this kind of a problem with web hosts. They're quite happy to take your money, but when there's a problem, they're not so good.
That's the issue, isn't it? It's all very well when things are going well, but when things go bad.
There's lots of bogey puns going.
Absolutely. It's not funny at all, really, is it?
Yeah. It's not really. A bit picky. Also, the 47 engine is now available in N-Gauge. Absolutely. The great products, actually. And, of course, West Hill Wagon Works, also home of the Hunt couplings. And at the moment, you will see the transition of very early BR livery Gresley teak coaches behind the Blue Princess Coronation are running with Hunt couplings between them as a semi-permanently coupled rake. I mean, they're not really permanently coupled.
They are stronger than you think they're going to be as well, aren't they?
They're actually stronger than the locomotive, in that if you just put your finger on the last coach, they don't pull apart. The locomotive at the front just starts slipping. I think the Deltic from a Cura scale,
the Deltic would pull your house down, Jen.
That would pull them apart. And we know this because it actually ripped the coupling out of the NEM pocket.
It was terrifying. But it was just a test into how strong they actually are. It was brilliant.
So, Melchester Model Railway asks, "Hello Jenny, did you enable the drive hold on your Deltic? You can get some good thresh effects." It's completely bone stock. I've not changed anything.
No, you shouldn't need to. Drive lock is.
Is it one of the functions?
It's a function. On mine, I think it's F5. You press it, and then you can increase your throttle. And what happens is the speed doesn't increase, but the engine noise does.
Okay.
I think it's F5.
And then how do you?
And then you just increase the speed. Now the local shouldn't speed up, but the noise should. So if you increase the speed of the local, the engine should rev up. But the local shouldn't speed up. It might not.
It is speeding up.
It might not be F5 then.
I need to have a look at the cheat sheet.
It's one of the F buttons, but I use it all the time on mine because when you're pulling away from it, if you want to give the impression that the train's heavy.
Yeah. But this is the bit I love, when you give it some beams. Oh, that is such a lovely noise.
I'm sure it's F8. It's a lock sound 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a DSU, I think.
That's a lock sound 5.
But Grumpy Frog Productions says 3D printing is amazing. I now own 4 printers. Nobody tells you how slow they take to print parts when you start off with them. Yeah, they are slow, but we're living in the future. Melchester Mother Rose says it's F5, but you have to change CV settings. I have done a video on how to do it. Ooh, I must look into that, actually.
Yeah, I've not had to change them on mine, but that might be because of the...
Hot Dog Pilot 63 says F5 needs CV adjustments to work. So I'm going to have to look into that. I do need to contact Curascale and go, I don't suppose you got any spare sound decoders, because I've bought another Deltic and I really like the sound.
I want another one, please.
I need more. Jennifer Horton asks, can you do shunting with Hunt coupling start?
You can, but not remote uncoupling. You have to get your hands in.
You have to physically go. So you can pick stuff up. If you've got a wagon in a siding and you just like back onto it, it will go dink.
Yeah, it's brilliant for that.
Yeah, but uncoupling, not quite sure.
Just gently prise it apart and then pull your wagon. That's what I do with mine.
Mark Wilson says it is hard to keep up with West Hill Wagon Works product releases. They do seem to be pumping them out with good stuff. But I try, and certainly if you see them at shows, do have a browse because they are amazing. Right. Ridgeway Park 00 says, joined the stream late tonight, but can I ask what the new development on the front in the yard, the black items, what's the new development on the front in the yard? New development. We haven't got any new developments up here, I don't think. You got me on the spot. Front of the yard.
Is that about that there? The gronk.
Well,
the gaggle of gronks.
The gaggle of gronks. I'm not sure which. Let's have a look. It's not really. You can just about see the gronk sidings there. There's nothing really. The only thing that's been going on is the diorama build.
It might be that.
It could be this, and this is for a project video. It uses a lot of the West Hill Wagon Works items. They've very, very kindly sent a load of items for review. So I've decided to make my own little, the end of the line scrap diorama. You can imagine this in the corner of some works somewhere, where a number of Class 25s, a Class 40, and presumably a Class 52 has been via there as well.
All at their end.
Yeah, might be the ground signals. The ground signals, they're old hat. They've been here for well over a year, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Ooh, it is getting warm here. B2000 RO Toys channel. Big hello to you. Says, hi Jenny and Zoe. I went out on Wednesday and I bought a Bachmann Billy green tank loco. That's one of the starter sets that they did briefly, and then got stamped on because they're actually using the tooling from the Thomas the Tank Engine range. And part of the deal.
So not Percy then, is it? I'm assuming.
Yeah, the not Percy and the not Thomas. They got into trouble with that because the deal that they had with Mattel specifically prevented them from putting out the models other than as Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's not a Class 40, a Peak. Yeah, it might be a Peak. I always have great difficulty telling the Class 40s apart from the 44, 45, 46s. Right, on Ridgeway Park Oasis on last camera. So we've got this. All I've done on this is actually change all the steam locomotives have moved around a bit. It's not on that. And we've got this angle. Nothing changed on that one. What about this one? There's no real changes up here, it must be said. I haven't done... I do need to do some redevelopments, and actually, I have been thinking for a while where those the shunter sidings are. I'm thinking of redeveloping that a little bit. But it's just time.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm having a lot of fun making little dioramas. Ginty Steam says, bogeys!
There's Gilpin Railways. Okay, Jenny, Craig and Zoe and all. I'm dropping off. Thanks for the stream. Cheers, mate. See you soon.
You take care, and don't forget to tickle the like button. Share the stream too. The ground signals. Now they've been there for a very long time, over a year. I actually did a video on adding them. They're the DCC Concepts working alpha mimic ground signals, and they are really, really good. You said, like you used them as well.
No, I've seen them being used at the showroom.
I think I tried to sell you a set.
You did.
Yeah. Shiny.
You're very nice.
I stand by them. They're definitely well worth the money. Egg Rider says, I heard Percy mentioned Kimmerston is being outshopped in green at the, I think it's Midhants Railway, and will be acting as a Percy in Thomas events. Stevie Film says 40 has the same nose shape as the 37. The 44, 45 and 46 are more rounded and shorter. Actually, looking at that 46, you do look at it and think, why did they bother with the nose? But yeah, the 40, I've got one up here. Actually, now you've said
the
that,
40 has got
it's more of a 36, because of course it's an English electric.
I need to stand up for a minute.
Because that's the 40. No, people are basically now looking at our belly buttons. But yeah, because that's the 37.
I'm just going to stand off camera for a minute because my backside has gone to sleep from that miling chair.
Do you want to swap chairs for a
No,
minute?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
You
really want to?
Right. Gingy Steve says, I see a nice Cali engine. Yeah, we've got the Caledonian Railway Blue Class 812. Cali 812 really is a great locomotive. Take care, Leslie Gilpin Railways. It'll catch you later.
See you, Les.
And
Hand of Doom.
Wham Gox says, time to go now. Need to phone me mum.
What time is it?
It's
It's quarter to 9 anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, we've only got another 15 minutes to go.
People are going to start dropping off anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it is a school night, although neither of us is at school. Oh, do you remember the last day at school when it was like, yeah, I'm free?
Everyone signed your tie and your t-shirt. And
Yeah.
then it went immediately in the bin when I got home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pointless exercise.
It's like, well, can we sign your shirt?
Yeah, sign my shirt, yeah. Just went in the bin when I got home.
I
I think I burnt my tie.
have a feeling my old school uniform, actually, the guy that year got dressed up in my old school uniform and set fire to it on the November the 5th bonfire. That's what happened to mine.
Burning children at the stake, actually.
Ian Parker says, only cameras I have are security cameras, 16 of them. And our Hot Dog Pilot 63 says, schools finished it. They're finished everywhere. That's why the traffic's gone weird on the roads.
Alice Cooper said it best, school's out for summer.
Yeah. The Growler Blackwood Engage layout says, terrible when you suffer a non-bum.
It really is. Not when it becomes as big as mine, mates.
Yeah, so, Worthington Model Railway says, I need to bail too. Thanks, Jenny and Craig, for another fun Monday Club.
Good night, Worthington.
Absolutely. It's been great
sir.
having you guys company. I'm sure there was other news. I remember seeing stuff and thinking, oh, I need to mention that. Definitely need to mention that. We have had some of the, I think it's the Bachmann 37s, the Collectors Club did announce that they're doing some special Collectors Club exclusive. I must admit, for a while now, I am a member of the Collectors Club, but they've not done anything that's really my kind of time period and interest.
So you sort of feel, what's the point?
No, it's
To a
not that.
degree.
It's not really that so much as, I'll tell you what's really good about the Bachmann Collectors Club is if you do shows, they've got the VIP area in the centre of their stand. So you can go in there for a break, they give you a bottle of water, it's nice and quiet. And I do feel a little bit bad, but sometimes when I get mobbed by lots and lots of people, the Bachmann stand is a really great place to go and just decompress for a bit.
You ever had anybody run up to you to show and go, Jenny, sign me Gronk?
I've been asked to sign various things. I have done a lot of selfies with people. People have got me to sign autograph things.
Oh, sorry.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath is the Bachmann Collectors Club 37 is the EWS one. Now that should be quite popular. I always thought EWS is quite popular.
It is. A lot of people like to model that because it's that period where it went from BR to early privatisation. They sort of took it over.
Yeah, and the weird thing, when you're my age, it's like that just seems like yesterday.
When you're my age.
Yeah, it's like 25 years ago, which is kind of like when I like 1990. That's like talking to people who would be talking about the end of steam. It's, you know, because 80%, yeah, 65.
1990, my dad used to work for British Rail. And he sent me to Leeds Station almost every other week. So I was on the train and going to Edinburgh and all this lot. Because, you know, you work for British Rail, you got a family discount pass.
Yeah.
So you got on the train for basically free. Fantastic, especially for me because I loved it.
Did you do a lot of mileage then?
Oh yeah, I think one of the earliest memories I went to Edinburgh on a class 40. I'm sure it was a class 47 in intercity. I'm sure it was. Then later the class 43 swarmed everything. They were really popular. In fact, it was
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 36.
Oh, you young
I
whippersnapper.
had a hard paper round. It was uphill both ways in the snow.
Was it? Yeah, and it was snow even in summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's
my father would murder us in cold blood.
Yeah. Used to live in shoebox floating in canal.
You had a shoe. Luxury.
Luxury. You used to have to pay Milona for privilege of going to work, and he used to slice us in half with a bread knife. And if you tell the new generation that, they don't believe you.
No.
Alfonso Lapulsa says, I started to feel old when the Pacers went. I remember when they were new.
Yeah.
My
granddad worked on them. He used to work at Neville Hill, so he got all the old DMUs over in Leeds. Yeah. They did a lot of repair work on them.
Alan Bevan says, I can remember when we still had a publicly owned rail network. Yeah, I remember privatisation happening. There was quite a lot of scandal around that because a lot of it got sold to the cronies club of the politicians
Oh, dear me.
who were actually pushing it through. I always feel that privatisation should have worked if it hadn't have been botched. They just completely botched the way they
Like
did
everything,
it. It was an asset strip.
Wasn't it?
Well, it was an asset strip. It was like, you know, lining the pockets of the mates. So it was done in the wrong way. If they had recreated like the Big Four,
Yeah.
at least as a starting point, then I think there would have been much more emphasis on competition, value for money, investment. But the rail companies have no incentive to properly invest, to be honest. It's
So
just
a lot of people that refer to the rail track years as the Dark Ages.
Yeah, well,
They weren't great at it, were they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, rail track, God. Weren't they disbanded after they were just proven to be so deeply...
Not doing anything.
Well, it was the...
Safety and all sorts of...
There was the... Hatfield rail crash with the cracked rails.
Yeah.
And basically they'd been skimping on maintenance and checks and stuff.
There were a lot of SPAD incidences. Apparently when they were in charge of it, there was more SPADs with them in charge than any other time.
But the thing is, though, I don't get is why would them being in charge create more SPADs?
Because there was a lot of signal errors. Something to do with the read. There was a big crash where a class, was it a 47, went to the back of a train which was already waiting. It was somewhere down south, and it went to the back of it, killed the driver and killed someone else. There's a few documentaries about the rail track years, if you want to call it that. And that theme features quite a lot.
Now here's something for you. Did you know that the locomotive, I think it's the locomotive, the Class 91 that was in the Hatfield rail crash, was the same locomotive that was also in the Great Heck rail crash. It actually survived two.
It survived.
Yeah, because it was the DVT that took the brunt each time. So it's is it? Oh no, wait, no, or was it that the Class 91 that was in one was paired with the DVT that survived the other? I think that might be it.
Yeah. So DVT took the hit, but the loco survived.
And vice versa with the other one. So because they then basically was a locomotive with no DVT and a DVT with no locomotive, they then got paired together and became known as the unluckiest train.
Not that infamous 46.
Yeah, Alfonso Lapulsa says at one point Railtrack was making £2 million a day and not spending anything on the network. Stevie Film says, I remember the HSTs being introduced in 76, 77. We would watch them roll into Reading whilst waiting for my brother's orthodontist appointment where the waiting room overlooked the station.
It's quite a view, isn't it, that?
Alfonso Lapulsa says 91023, later 91132. It was also the first one to be scrapped. Oh, it's been scrapped, has it? H. Walker, Steam and Heritage Railway says, you were lucky. We used to live in a firebox of an Aveling tractor. Whenever if the grate used to open, we fell out screaming, on fire. And we used to have to pay the driver for the privilege of being on fire. Luxury.
380.
Oh, it was Alfonso Lapulsa clarified. It was the same 91 at Hatfield and Great Heck. Right. Bletchton High Level says it was the same loco in both crashes. I knew it was something like that.
Electric trains, I don't think it'll ever catch on.
They are newfangled, that is. Absolutely newfangled. Hey. Well, we're coming close to the end now. 7 more minutes to go. It's been great having you guys company, and I'm sorry we haven't been able to show the videos.
We can have your bumper session next week.
We'll have a bumper session next week, that's right. Unfortunately, the cupboard monkey, the heat, she's not solar powered.
It is very warm in here. You don't. You don't understand how warm it actually is in here. It's very warm and comfortable. S-Eel as well says Martin Zero did a good vid on the Metrovic the other day. Yeah, I saw that as well. The Martin Zero is a really good YouTube channel. Actually, I do enjoy them. Right, 57305 Northern Princess, the 9191023, which in both crashes, so GNER renumbered because they thought it was cursed. The thing is then, it was still obvious because it was the only one that had a weird number that was completely out of sequence.
And Dave at It's My Model Row says, Jenny, the Acura Scale site is still listing for pre-order the Class 55 sound upgrade.
I think they just released a second. They've announced a second wave.
Yes, they have.
For that.
They have announced another release. And Ruben Ashall says, tonight it's gone quick. It always does go quick, it has to be said. But I am starting to flag, it must be said, with the heat.
It's very warm, isn't it?
The fan on the computers does seem to have solved the issue.
It has,
but
yeah. I don't think it's
not helped us much.
No, it's not.
I think, you know, it's like, screw the computer.
We deserve some
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, luxury.
Breezy.
Ah, breezy. Actually, now I'm going to point it the other way from you.
You might well need to soon as well.
You might what, sorry?
You might well need to.
Just hold it. I'm going to put a cork in you.
It's not lasagna.
The lasagna? Why are you blaming Zoe's lasagna?
Well, I've got to blame it on something, haven't I?
Oh, what do you like? I don't want absolutely nothing to do with the pint of Copperbird that you guzzled.
No. It might have been the double McDonald's for lunch.
Actually, yeah, fast food. That's. Oh, wait a minute. What have we got?
Oh, very good.
We have had some kind
We've
of.
ended on a positive note there.
I just noticed that. Can I squeeze
that
past you? We've got a 25 here.
It's all gone terribly wrong in the closing moments of the stream.
It's all gone Pete Tom.
We've had a few grand wins this evening, haven't we?
So that should.
See you soon, Walker, Stephen Heritage.
Yeah, look, take care.
Cheers,
it's
mate.
been great having your company.
Cheers, Peter. Take care, mate.
So, right, I'm going to squeeze back in now that we've fixed that.
You go that way.
I think partly it is getting warm up here, and that is causing the track expansion, which does cause some
Minor
distortion.
What have you.
No, not sure. The train derailed is what it was. But by and large, in the heat, I'm always a huge advocate of insulation. We're up in a loft, and there is a lot of insulation up here, and insulation works both ways. Not only does it keep you warm in winter, but it keeps you cooler in summer. So Weir Yard has fared quite well through the heat period that we've had. And funnily enough, actually, if there's nobody up here and everything's switched off, it does stay quite cool up here. So when you first come up, it does feel quite cool.
See you, Peter.
The problem is, take care, Peter. It's been great having your company, and hopefully see you again next time. But yeah, when you first come up, it doesn't feel too bad. But once you turn the computer on, the train, I mean, we're pulling about 2 amps here, so that heat does get generated. Computer's using a lot, plus there's us too in
It
here.
actually spiked over 2 amps, I mean, just for a second. There you go.
Yeah, it'll be. We've got quite a lot running, and
Deltic says draining the national grid.
yeah. Let me just.
Go on, then. Honestly, you're like a kid with a toy. She does like the new Deltic, in case you haven't noticed.
Ginty Steam asks, "What is the beeping sound when it derailed?" That is my DCC Concepts power and box, and that is the 5 amp booster that actually provides the power to the layout and gives it the grunt to be able to run all the things that we've got on it really easily. And if you get a short circuit, the Class 25 actually derailed on the point and caused a short circuit there, was what actually happened. That beeping is the fact that it is tripped out the layout. To avoid damage to things, it cuts the power and then it beeps to tell you that it's cut the power. So it's a fail-safe device.
Everything with a stale head just keeps going.
Big hello to you there, Henry Cummins. Unfortunately, Gandalf is also flaked out. I put it down to that cloak and hat that he insists on wearing.
Absolutely.
Tom McKee says, night all from Northern Ireland. You take care, and I'll see you next time. Cheshire Lion says, if anyone comes to the Making Tracks 2 Model Railway at Chester Cathedral, be sure to come and say hello. And that's Chris, Cheshire Lions. Absolutely, I must try and get over there. How long is it on for? I'm not sure how long it's running for. Trainboy Charlie says, bye Jenny, bye other guy. You're the other guy. This is Craig from Iron Horse Railways. Sorry I forgot your name. My video should be out by Wednesday. It'd be great if you could watch it. Cozzy 118 BMK says 5 amp booster worth its money. Absolutely. And actually, I've actually got a spare. Where's she gone? Oh, it's hidden away underneath
Well,
there.
did you obviously fix that issue you had under the board the other week? What was it?
Where all the power died completely. Yeah. It was the power unit had failed. Right. The actual power box.
Right.
DCC Concepts under warranty, no problems. Just sent me a replacement. But I feel a bit guilty actually because they were supposed to send just in case a new power and new box, and it was only the power that was damaged. But they managed to send me.
That's about the derail.
Which one?
The first coach at the rear end. It's wobbling its ass off.
No, it's on the track. Some of them just are a bit wobbly, some of those Hornby coaches. But they actually sent me 2 powers.
That's good.
But I was able to, the original box was fine, and I had a spare box. So I've now got 2 complete 5 amp systems. And there's a part of me thinking I should probably send the duplicate power back, because it's brand new in box. And I do feel a bit bad.
Just consider yourself an auxiliary warehouse. Storage. That's all it is.
If they do run out of stock, I will give it them back.
Well, they've clearly not missed it, have they?
No, but it's all under warranty. That's one thing you have to say about DCC Concepts.
Absolutely.
Is their warranty is worth its weight in gold. No messing about.
No, absolutely.
Cheshire Lion says, Jenny, if you come to the cathedral, you can come and drive a train. Yeah, maybe we should do that. It's on until says I3 September. I don't know whether it's the 13th or the 3rd of September. Certainly, there's plenty of time. It's over a month.
Angel of Prue. Hi, Angel of Prue.
Is that...
I think that's the lady. What was her name? She used to.
Big hello to you, Angela Crew. Great to
she had a live stream in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Not Little Kit. Mini Wistasterson Junction, I think it was.
Something like that.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's
right. Hello, great to see you in, and hope everything is well. Oswestry Road TMD, just come back from work. Making the world go round. I've actually been up since half.
Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, long time no see. Great to see you back. Cheshire Line says the 3rd of September. So yeah, great. We're right at the end. So we talked a bit about all of the releases, the EPs that were on display from Hellion. We've also had the Deltic came and went so quickly, and I was lucky enough to pick up the 55002. I couldn't believe my luck. They're trading for stupid money on eBay. And I picked up at the original RRP. Rails had a few left that basically people had pre-ordered it and then not paid for them. Who are these people? Especially when you could have just banged it straight on eBay and like tripled your money.
I think to finish we should have some more of that thrash.
Yeah, we will. So it's just got time for myself and Craig at Iron Horse Railway to say thank you for joining us. It's been great having your company. And also don't forget to tickle the like button and share the stream too. And until next time, this is me, Jenny Kate, saying, don't forget as well, the Jenny Monday Club wagon. You'll see the details underneath the stream, along with the merch store. No, it's underneath, isn't it?
Yeah, there's that one there.
Yeah. But anyway, look, you guys, take care. And beverage of choice has actually been Coca-Cola Zero, James.
In association with Pepsi.
Yeah, and Pepsi, not to the max.
And Copperbird.
And Copperbird, yeah. So, let's fire up the Deltic. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Take care, everybody. Good night.